it is amazing to travel to all these foreign countries and see how passionate the people are about playing American football. Because a lot of them in China, a lot of people were around my age. They had full-time jobs. They had families. They weren't being paid to play in this league. But all their free time, all their weekends, it's just dedicated to practice and traveling and playing.
I've talked to coaches for the Milano Seamen. I've talked to they're in the European League. And then Germany has a great league. And the coaches from Dresden, the Monarchs, they came to my office. And I was thinking about going out there this spring, taking Jake, my assistant, Mislik, Jake, Big Jake.
Yeah.
I'm still learning his pronunciation.
Malasek.
Yeah. I'm bad with names, but I want to go over there with the cameras, and I want to see what the hell's going on.
All right, welcome back to Gettin Cultured. Today we have a very special guest. You might have heard of him, Coach Jon Gruden. Jon, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I'm fired up.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of Gettin Cultured. So before we started recording, you said one of the spots that you wanted to check out was Kosovo or Croatia. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Croatia.
Nice. What makes you want to go there?
Well, my wife and I haven't done a lot of traveling. We've been to Rome and we've been to Budapest, and we're just kind of getting into that point of our lives where we have a little more free time. And I've had a lot of people tell me that's one of the coolest places to go.
It's got like a beautiful coastline.
That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in just getting a nice hotel and staying in that hotel for a week and enjoying some beautiful sights and beautiful restaurants and just being with my wife, having some fun.
So you're not a guy, when you travel, you want to be just like walking all over the place, like checking out all these different museums and hikes. Like you want to get to one nice resort and just post up for a week?
Well, I don't mind getting out and seeing the city. I just don't want to get on a plane and go someplace else, or get on a train and go to another city and check into another hotel and another room. I like to stay in the central location.
Okay.
And enjoy the city where I am so I get to know it.
Yeah. Were you ever a fan of Game of Thrones?
Not really.
Not really.
I
Okay.
haven't had much free time in my life.
I know you're a big fan of The Walking Dead.
I love it.
Okay, but never got around to Game of Thrones. I only bring it up because one of the filming locations for King's Landing in that show, it's Dubrovnik, Croatia, which is one of the most beautiful places I've been.
Okay.
It's like a medieval walled city right on the coast of the Adriatic Sea. It's like going back in time. And all these beautiful beaches, not sandy beaches there. They're kind of known for rocky beaches, but the water is a beautiful color. It's the perfect temp. And I think you'd have a blast if you posted up there, or this island Hvar, which is right off the coast of Croatia. And that's kind of like a millionaire's playground of sorts, but they've got beautiful resorts all around the coast of it.
Where would you go to get me hooked on traveling? Where I would go and check in and say, man, I'm going to start to become a traveler.
A travel guy. Croatia would be a solid place to start. Like that whole area. I did a road trip through the Balkans. So that's Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Albania. And it's all beautiful. It's like slightly cheaper than Greece and a little less touristy than Greece. Friendly people, tasty food. And they actually have a Balkans football league.
Wow.
Because the first time we met, someone told you, they're like, oh, this guy won a Super Bowl in China.
Yeah.
You probably thought they were just making that up.
I thought you were making it up.
Okay, no.
Then I find out you've done more than that. I mean, you've been all over the world playing football, coaching football.
Yeah, so I played in China just because I knew they had this league. Now, I played Massachusetts high school ball, but it was a small high school. It was probably like D5 high school football, and hadn't played since. And then I was in China when I was maybe 20 or like 30 years old, hadn't played since I was 17 or 18. And I just knew other people that were going out for the team. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put the pads back on, and ended up becoming their starting defensive end.
Well, I've always said you were really twitchy.
Yeah.
That
helps.
I mean, defensive end's what I played in high school. I'm not like, I wouldn't say, because then a few years later I went and coached football in Uganda. Now, I went with a guy, Billy Football. Now, he ran the offense, and then I was kind of the defensive coach. I know how to play that one position. I wouldn't say I really know how to coach a full defense. Like I could be your defensive end coach or something, but beyond that, I didn't really know what I was doing. We were just thrown into the fire. But it is amazing to travel to all these foreign countries and see how passionate the people are about playing American football. Because a lot of them in China, a lot of people were around my age. They had full-time jobs. They had families. They weren't being paid to play in this league. But all their free time, all their weekends, it's just dedicated to practice and traveling and playing.
Were you ever around NFL Europe much?
No. I mean, I've coached players that played in NFL Europe. Matter of fact, we won the Super Bowl with Brad Johnson, who played over there.
Yeah.
So it was a great developmental league. I've talked to coaches for the Milano Seamen. I've talked to they're in the European League. Okay. And then Germany has a great league, and the coaches from Dresden, the Monarchs, they came to my office, and I was thinking about going out there this spring, taking Jake, my assistant, Mislik, Jake, Big Jake.
Yeah.
I'm still learning his pronunciation.
Malasek.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, but I want to go over there with the cameras, and I want to see what the hell's going on.
I think you should do that 100%. Because, I've been at the company a long time. I've made a lot of content. Whenever I put out some sort of content pertaining to foreign football, I think it's my most well-received content out of all of it.
Really?
Yeah, people are just fascinated.
Yeah.
And so if you could go out and coach the Dresden Monarchs for a little bit, even if you were only out there for 1 week and you help them coach in one game, that would be huge.
I just want to sit down with the coaches behind the scenes like we did in Tampa, talk a little bit about schemes, different ways to attack coverages and fronts, and maybe put a couple drills in that I think are pretty good and see what they're doing. You can learn a lot from other coaches as well, but I was really impressed with these guys. The offensive coordinator, these guys love football. They're, like you say, they're passionate about it, very inquisitive. They want to get better, and they're pretty damn good too. They were an impressive team.
Yeah. Something that shocked me when I was playing in China is the range of skill levels. First off, we had this Chinese guy who was probably 250 and jacked. He would play offensive, defensive line. It's you know what? You might be able to play college ball in the U.S. We had some American guys that had moved to China who had played D1 college in the U.S. And then we had some girls on the team too.
Yeah.
That just full pads. And I mean, there was a game we were up by a few touchdowns. They put the girl in at running back. We were close to the end zone. The first 2 plays, she just gets destroyed. The guys out there were not going easy on her. And the third play, she runs it in for a touchdown.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good for her, man.
Yeah.
But, you talk about traveling, and I don't want to just turn this into football, but we like traveling in the United States. We've been to Montana. We've been to Jackson Hole. We've never really been to the East Coast, like Vermont or, any of those cool places.
Yeah.
Martha's Vineyard, you hear about places like that.
Yeah.
But we love coming to Chicago. We got to come for 4 days last week, and my wife and I got to hang out in Michigan Avenue and Rush Street.
Yep.
And, you see Lake Michigan, you don't realize it looks like an ocean, not like a lake.
Yeah.
No, where are the places in the United States that must see, have to see it?
So I'm from Massachusetts, so I grew up going to Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket.
Is it all what's advertised? Is it a good place for people to go?
I love Massachusetts during the summer. It's one of my favorite places in the country. I think you're one of the few employees that Dave would actually let stay in his guest house in Nantucket.
I don't know about that.
Because
a lot of Patriot fans up there. That's why I kind of steer away from it.
I don't know. I just know if I asked Dave, it'd be no chance. But I think he respects you so much. He might be like, yeah, sure. If you and the wife want to stay.
What is it about the place, though, that makes it so great?
The sun won't set till 10 p.m. in the summer there. The seafood, I think, in New England is the best in the country.
I agree.
So just the lobsters, the fried seafood platters, the clams, the oysters, that's all top notch.
What would you do all day other than eat?
I grew up on the coast, and so a few of my friends had boats, and there was a harbor in our town, and outside the harbor there was a sandbar at low tide. So we would just post up at the sandbar and drink beers all day.
Wow.
Most days in the summer, he would post it on his Instagram that he was out there doing what he calls hippo mode.
Oh yeah, I call just chilling in the water with a beer all day. I call that going hippo mode.
Yeah.
What are some other places that you would?
For me, for my 40th birthday, I went to Maine, like in the middle of nowhere, Maine, and got a house that was like a cabin, probably three bedrooms out there. They had some like old arcade games when I looked on Airbnb, and then there was fishing in the backyard that you could do.
Wow.
I went up there at night and would be in my bedroom area at like 8 o'clock and just would read and enjoy like the crickets out there. I
think that's cool, man. I think that's really cool.
So I did that with my buddy. He was also a Marine. And then we went that same trip and did a lobster roll tour where we got in a car and we drove around all day checking out the different sites in Maine and eating lobster rolls like every hour. I probably had 10, 12 that day. Delicious.
Yeah. And then my only other rec is at some point to do a road trip from Los Angeles to San Francisco on that highway that goes up along the coast. I mean, you were coaching in Oakland. Did you have a chance to explore that area? What's a little bit south of San Francisco, Big Sur?
Big Sur, yeah.
Did you ever go there?
No, we went to Pebble Beach quite a few times to the aquarium and played golf down there. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
had a hole in one on
Pacific
7
Coast Highway, Carmel.
Oh yeah,
it's the drive down there. You could get in a wreck just looking at some of the sights are just amazing. And I love that weather. That weather to me is football weather.
I love it.
Year round. It's
full
just
time.
perfect. We were just talking about it earlier.
It's never too hot. It's never too cold.
Yeah, and we won the Super Bowl in San Diego. I always loved San Diego.
My God.
But when I was down there, I've really learned to love that place. Southern California, Orange County, San Diego, that area to me is the coolest place I've been.
But that stadium was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
it was just like a big hunk of concrete.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, we had Frank the Tank on. And I know you're a Frank the Tank guy, got a shirt right there, did a walk with him. He was saying, we asked him what his least favorite place in America, and you have some time there in Oakland.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty widely known that Oakland's not too great. What would you say your favorite restaurant, your favorite area in actual Oakland is?
I did not live in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
I lived out in Pleasanton. I lived in Black Hawk, and it was a 45-minute to an hour commute into Oakland.
Okay.
So I knew where our offices were. I knew where the Coliseum was, but I never really spent a lot of time eating in Oakland or hanging out in Oakland other than functions with the fans. I loved it. It was an old school freaking place, man. But you gotta know where to go, when to go in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
But Frank the Tank, he gave it a bad grade, huh?
Big time.
That son of a bitch. I'm going to take that over there.
But, I mean, Frank the Tank doesn't give too many things a good grade, I'd say. He's kind of a negative person, but hopefully that walking he's doing is turning him into, like, a more positive creature.
His best grade was Pittsburgh. Was his favorite city in America, Pittsburgh.
I lived there for a year. I coached at the University of Pittsburgh. We actually loved it, yeah. The only thing I didn't like about Pittsburgh was the tunnels. If you have to go through a tunnel to work and there's one wreck, you could be there for a while. But when you get into Pittsburgh, it is cool, man. I mean, redone it. There's a big hill up there. You can take those, I don't know what they're called, the chariot up there. And It was really a cool place. Great, best baseball stadium I've ever been to.
Beautiful.
It might be my favorite one I've ever been to.
Right on the water. The only one that I think compares would be Giants in San Francisco.
Yeah, I've been there too.
Macaulay
That's a great
Cove
one.
is great, yeah.
Fenway Park's pretty nice too.
Yeah.
Historic. Do you have a relationship with Bill Belichick at all?
Not really. I got to know him early in my coaching career.
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from the defensive guys. I'm an offensive coach, but he was always good to me. He's the one that introduced me to Bon Jovi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he helped me get tickets to see John Bon Jovi one time in San Jose, and great guy. I know he likes to have a lot of fun out there at Martha's Vineyard. He's a big boat guy.
Nantucket
is
where he goes. There's kind of a rivalry between Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring him up is because I know he's really proud of his Croatian heritage. And so I'm sure he's traveled there, and he
I bet
may have some tips for you.
How about New York City? That's one of my wife's favorite places. Have you ever been to the Hamptons?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Is that worth going to?
I don't think you'd like it. It's a little snooty.
Yeah, good. That's good. That's
I don't
good.
think
He likes the snoot. I mean, I would say, I have never been to the Hamptons, but I've heard some people say it's even a little snootier than Martha's Vineyard and
It's
Nantucket.
definitely
It's kind of
not as Nantucket, but the Hamptons I think is definitely a snooty spot for sure.
My wife's from Tennessee. She's from the Smoky Mountains, a little town.
he just got back from there.
We bought property a long time ago, and then when I got out of coaching, we decided to put a barn dominium up there.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like a big barn, but when you walk in, it's pretty cool.
Those are cool. I
That's
love
right,
Barnum
about
Minium.
20 minutes from Sevierville, where Dollywood is, near Gatlinburg.
I was just there about 2 months ago, and we climbed the tallest mountain in the
Did ya?
Smoky Mountains, Mount LeConte.
Yeah.
And that was my first time in that part of the country. I thought Eastern Tennessee was beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. It's close to North Carolina. They have some flood issues that have really, hurt that area and transportation. But we've had a lot of fun over the years going up there.
What were your thoughts, though, on like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge?
Well, it's become too commercialized for me. When I was at Tennessee coaching back in like 1989 or whatever it was, I can't even remember. It was a long time ago. It was pretty cool. You go to Cades Cove up there. It was pretty, absolute. I mean, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
It was great. You'd see deer running around. You could go into the water and see if you could catch a trout. But now it's really commercialized and hard to get in and out of.
A lot of traffic. Too many laser tags.
Too many.
Yeah.
Just based on environment only, favorite location that you coached at?
Well, I love the Bay Area in California, and I love where I am now in Tampa, Florida. That Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
For me.
I love that area too. I feel like the Miami area can be like a little too snooty, a little too every place you go, you got to be dressed to the nines, and it's hard to get a reservation. But Tampa Bay seems a little more blue collar, salt of the earth.
Yeah, we got a lot of good people there, people that are born and raised there, and some old school restaurants that are still there. The mom and pop places down on Clearwater Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Burns Steakhouse. You ever been to Burns Steakhouse, Tampa?
No, I've never been there.
You guys get down there. I'll show you guys around. I'll show you guys around a little bit. You guys will have a good time.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, and please let me know if you end up coaching out in Germany.
I was going to ask you. I would love to call these guys, and maybe we could set up going out there, like you say, for 5 or 6 days and seeing a little football, putting in a few plays, learning some things, making some friends, and seeing the sights. They showed me some pictures, man, that are overwhelmingly cool.
Nice.
Overwhelmingly. That's the first 5-syllable word I think I've ever used. I try to do that on these shows, act really smart.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much help I'd be on the coaching staff, but I could definitely help you.
Coach the ends, man. Set the edge.
I
rush the
coach
passer.
the ends, and I could also help like film and make some content for you.
Yeah, that'd be a blast. Plus, we got to have somebody that can help communicate, navigate the ship.
Yeah.
That would be you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't speak German, but I've
How
spent
many
some time
languages
in
do you
Europe.
speak?
So I know survival Chinese. Where
Let's hear something.
你好，我叫 Donnie，我是美国人，我喜欢橄榄球。
What about you? What you got for me?
I used to speak survival Japanese, but
Let's hear something.
Konnichiwa.
No, let me see. What do I want to say?
Survival Japanese.
Yeah.
Like you're dying. I need water.
Yeah.
World War II.
Hi, dojo gozaimashita. Which just means like whenever you go anywhere, excuse me, I'm sorry. Like because that's like the how you go into a place.
Yeah.
When you walk into a store there, they'll say "Sumimasen arigasimasu," which just means excuse me very much, welcome. So if you walk into somebody's store, like it's your store, if I walk in to buy something, they apologize. They're like,
Really?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Sumimasen arigasimasu just means I'm very sorry.
Okay.
I wanted to take my wife for a romantic thing in France,
Oh yeah.
I took French in high school, like comment allez-vous?
Oh.
Très bien, merci, et vous? Parlez-vous français?
I gotta say, I did not expect Jon Gruden to speak in French.
Nobody
on our
did either.
show.
I know. I can't believe I survived a year of French in high school. But
Yeah.
have you ever been to France?
Yeah, I was there for the Summer Olympics.
What do
this
you
past
think of
August.
that? 5-star?
So the problem was the Airbnb we got did not have air conditioning, and they experienced quite a heat wave. So the first week was pretty miserable. I was just taking like 3 cold showers a day, constantly drenched in sweat. But then I moved into another Airbnb that had a view of the Eiffel Tower. It had air conditioning, and then my experience got a lot better. But I don't think I fully took advantage of the food. I was eating a lot of smash burgers over there, which were surprisingly
What's
good.
a smash burger?
You never had a smash burger?
It's like one of those burgers they put on a flat iron grill,
So-
and then
and
they'll
you
take
get-
like a brick or something, like a press.
So it's a really thin
That's
burger.
a hamburger to me. It's a thin burger.
It gets
Yeah.
for some reason smashing the patty makes it so much better. Like now, I almost like only want to eat smash burgers when I go out for a burger.
Because a little bit of crisp. on the
Yeah, a little bit of
outside.
crisp on the
Little
side.
char, yeah.
But no, I enjoyed Paris. And before I left, people were like, it's overhyped. It's pretty dirty. I didn't think that. I thought it was like an awesome city just to walk around, which is what I like to do when I travel. Like I get to a city and just going for long walks, stopping at certain spots to get a snack. You know, that's really all you got to do to really learn to appreciate a place.
I got to have the right hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you're
just
right.
love a great hotel. You know, I mean, a
There's-
great hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stay in a great hotel and go for 3 days than stay a week in just a below average or average hotel.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel, to me, really makes it. Some of these hotels nowadays are unbelievable.
And once you go to a nice one, it's hard not to be spoiled. And like you walk
Yeah.
into a Holiday Inn, you're like, what is this piece of shit?
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I do
Yeah.
the same thing. This has been awesome.
Yeah.
Man. This is quite a
There's
setup.
no
Yep.
marble on the floor. What the hell are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, Gruden, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for playing defensive end today.
Yeah. Well, you put me at tackle. I had never played tackle before. But
Oh, that's right. You played
yeah.
left tackle.
I was in the trenches. Yeah.
Did you make
Learn the
logical
technique
call?
so you know how to beat them.
Yeah. I mean, it was like teaching outside contain like is tough. Like I would just because that's the one thing you got to do at defensive end. That's the one thing you got to hammer into these guys' heads is don't let anyone outside of you. And I tried to do it with the Ugandans. I don't know if I got my point across, but
People don't realize keep and contain, and that's easier said than done when you see Lamar Jackson or Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
because they're too fast, you know.
Yep.
And pretty soon you try to, keep them in the pocket. Now you're not even rushing the passer. You're no man's land. You're not doing anything.
yeah.
They totally break your game down. These guys. That's why I can't wait to watch the games this weekend. But this was awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
for your
it was awesome.
service, man.
Oh, thank you.
Where did you
Appreciate
serve at in the Marines?
I spent time in Okinawa and
Wow.
then in Quantico, Virginia. And then my last job, I was the chief military working dog instructor. So I taught people how to use bomb dogs, and that's what my job was. I was a bomb dog handler in Fallujah when I was deployed.
What a life! How many years did you do it?
Just about 10, pretty close to 10. I got shot, so they retired me.
You got
I
shot?
got retired early, yeah,
Where?
through my arm.
My gosh.
Yeah, so I can no longer play defensive end.
But
More of a corner guy.
you can play defensive end on the court though, right?
Yeah, I can do it on the
yeah,
court.
we're
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
Running
We'll get
through
you
a
next
play.
time. Thank you guys, though, for having me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And the Milano Seamen, do you think they named themselves that like as a joke or
No, there's a seriousness behind it. I can't tell the story because I can't remember exactly. But if you look it up in the what's it called, Wikipedia page,
yeah.
you can read about how they came to that conclusion. It was odd because I didn't see any sea out there in Milan.
No, it's not on the coast.
Yeah,
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.
yeah. Thank you guys.